podcast. Now these Rubber Boots podcast. We want to thank you for listening. We're sure you never thought we'd last. Oh no. We're gonna talk nothing, very little sports with your host Jimmy, Jamie, Young James. And now you know for sure that it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast, oh yes, 'cause this is the podcast.
Welcome to episode 23 of the podcast. That's Puffy over there. Lester is back.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Welcome back, Stoff. Had some car issues again today.
Another classic on the 400 on the way down.
Oh, no.
At first it started rattling.
Of course.
Then it started shaking.
Oh, no.
Then the smoke started coming out of it.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely brutal. I don't even know how to...
It was a horrendous scene.
That's a good way of putting it, James. Anyway, do you guys want to guess how long I was waiting for the tow truck driver at the side of the road?
Oh, my
I
God.
don't know, buddy.
Was it CAA?
It was CAA, Puff.
Yeah, I had some issues with them earlier this winter, and it took about 3 to 4 hours. So I'm going to guess, since you're actually here, it was less than that. So I'm going to say $1.45.
Wow. I'm going to say a little bit longer than that. I'm going to say with 2 hours even.
Okay, James?
1 hour and 13 minutes.
Oh, that's awfully specific.
This price is right.
I
That's
know.
Without going over.
Going over, yes.
I think he has some inside information there.
Very much so, but we're going to give this one to Puffy.
Oh.
Perfect.
Just over an hour 45.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
It's not a great podcast story.
Yeah, no, CAA is having a tough winter.
I think everybody's having a tough winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, both cars have gone down for me this winter, so.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been fortunate. I didn't put. I'll tell you this, guys. I didn't put my winter tires on.
I
okay?
never put on winter tires. I
Really?
think that's all a scam. We don't live in the Yukon.
Scam, he says.
Yeah, I do all seasons, and
They're
fingers
equally
crossed,
crappy all seasons.
By the way, we're taping this as always on Tuesday, so if you're listening to the podcast on the weekend and we don't know if the Oilers have won or not, hopefully for their sake they've won.
Well, the Oilers did lose last night, James. It was a bit of a heartbreaker for them.
boy.
They didn't show up against the Devils since it's Thursday. What the hell are you talking about?
I took some heavy NyQuil last night because I hadn't slept in a week, and I didn't know what time the podcast was today because, that's week that was this baby right off the top.
Let's discuss the week that was with James Duffy and the Rubber Boots podcast crew. Yeah, the Rubber Boots podcast crew.
That's Lester McLean
Hey.
on vocals.
I'm back, baby.
And instruments. He's back.
Where'd he go? He
I've
was
been here the whole time, really.
Yeah.
I don't know what else going on.
And he was here last week.
I guess I'm so used to being ignored that he's trying to give me some props.
Now, in fairness to
like
James,
that.
he doesn't see color, so he just probably didn't see it at all.
Well, I mean,
Maybe did you go to Turks? No?
Did I go to
Vila?
Turks?
No.
I don't think so. Wymara. Been here.
Well, since we never hear from Lester, Lester, how was your week?
My week's been pretty good. Lots going on, getting ready for that tour in BC and so on and so forth. But I'll be honest with you, what I've been doing and what I'm trying to do is getting ready for this Wymara trip. Like I'm ready to go. I want to look good, and you guys have already started. I'm pumping up hard now. I'm taking some testosterone booster, and I might go do a cycle. I'm not gonna lie to you.
that's my true calling.
But I want to look good for Wymara.
Yeah, I'm in 2 weeks in. I'm feeling pretty good. I also could use, though, some supplements. I just don't know where to get them. It's not from the lack of wanting to use them. It's just from the lack of. It's like when people say, like, "Yo, you can get cocaine everywhere." I'm like, I really don't know where I can find this cocaine. I'm definitely up for it.
I might know a guy.
Would cocaine do it as far as the...
Well, I think if you look at most cocaine users, they tend to be in pretty good shape. You don't see too many chubby guys who have a problem.
Not sure about good shape, but
Yeah,
they're not
they look
packing on the LBs.
Cocaine, whether it's cocaine or
my
steroids, I'm up for one of them.
Let us make clear that we are not endorsing the use of cocaine. Anybody?
Well, yes, no cocaine, kids. Have you guys been watching the Combine at all? Speaking of dudes in ripped shape.
Yes, very much. Watching the 40, anticipating our drunken 40, I thought we were going to...
Yeah, this wasn't this
Attempt?
year. Last year we tried to do it for sort of legit, although we were all wearing jeans. not exactly. Although Usain Bolt did run it in flip-flops and tied the record.
I do find it very interesting that I wasn't here for that. That's fine. I find that very interesting.
Yeah, where were you then, last year?
I was told to stay home.
James told him we had a week off the pod.
He was desperate to be the fastest runner, and then we had Steve Holland and blew him away, and he was so sad.
I still don't remember why we brought in a ringer.
I think we just wanted to get the 4 number to make. I don't know if that was going to make it more legitimate. But yeah, no, it was last year we all ran really slow, so this year we were all supposed to run it drunk, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we were supposed to
That's
combine
right.
the beer mile.
The beer mile, yeah.
The
with
40.
the 40.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So 40-40.
The 40-40.
Well, wasn't there going to be some kind of show or something about it?
I had this idea of producing a half-hour show where we got as many TSN commentators as possible, and that would include you guys because you're now official TSN commentators.
Ooh, wow.
And we went to, say, York University track and did 4 or 5 combine events, and you got to see Dutchie do the bench press. And, Nabil Karim run against Natasha in the 40.
That would be something, although Nabil is heading off to ESPN, so it's good. We better do it now if we're going to do it ever.
Exactly.
But, James, you didn't you get your weight and measurements all done recently?
I got measured. There's a couple points I wanted to make. Measured officially by the nurse, 5'10". Oh. You guys give me a lot of problems saying that I'm not really 5'10".
So you're
barefoot? I was still naked. After I finished with the GP, I said, I'm just going to stay naked the rest of the day.
You have socks on.
No
Thick
socks on. Right. 5'10" officially. So don't ever question that again.
I've never questioned your height.
No, but he has.
I have.
Often. You know what? Because I have a shorter legs and a longer body.
Longer torso.
And quite a giant head.
Yeah.
And so that's how I get up there to the 5'10", I think.
Normal size head, you're 5'6".
She was even pushing down on my hair, so I didn't get any hair benefit either.
Okay.
She stuck it right on the top of my head.
Right.
5'10". Now I took a photo of it, so it's officially documented.
Nice.
Well, we all know those officially documented photos can be doctored. Plus, James, you're heading into your senior years, so everyone knows you're going to shrink a little bit. So I think you'll probably end up around 5'6".
God forbid you have back surgery and you lose some more height somehow.
Maybe I got too ambitious. Speaking of popular segments, Ahole or Aokay?
Is it A-Hole? Or is it okay?
James, if you don't mind, I got one here for this week.
Yeah, let's hear this.
All right, so this one may sound a little bit bad from the top, but I'm going to say Ahole or Aokay, parking in a expected mothers or mothers with small children spot.
Ooh, that's very good. Okay, I have a few questions for you. What are the circumstances? What time of day is it? And what's the weather, for example?
Well, I mean, any time of day, but I guess let's say it's a little windy and a little rainy. You pull up to the front of the supermarket. And
Yes. Now I used to abuse this parking arrangement when I had the younger kids.
As a mother with small children, yes.
I figured I didn't see like James. I only see I don't see anything like that. So I was like, basically, mother, father, we're all doing the same thing there. We're getting groceries. We have the little ones. We want to be close to where we need to be. So I did use it. Now, if you're just some guy who has no children, I think handicap parking rules apply.
I will say this. I have done that. I have parked it. And now it was here, though. They're around the other side of TSN here is the annex, where most of the TSN folks are. And there are 2 expected mothers spots there. And at the time, it was fairly busy around here, but I also knew, I was relatively certain there was no expectant mothers in the building. So I did park there, but in my
You
defense,
would know if there was.
I would, well, you know,
That's your thing.
I would love to see the check
I'm
that
sure
Lester
my
did.
seat isn't happening.
Nothing gets Lester turned on like a lady 5 months carrying.
Babe. No, but my whole thing was this. I was pregnant with anxiety about not being able to park close to the building, so that's why I did it. Challenge me. I dare you.
Now, I had a thing on the weekend where I was at a hockey rink, and there was not any parking except for one spot. Now, it was snow-covered, so I jumped in, and then my buddy quickly told me, he's like, You know that's a handicap parking spot.
So the snow was covering.
The snow was
ground.
covering the blue. You could see the faint blue underneath.
Was there a sign in front of the spot?
No, it's only on the ground. So
You should have parked there.
So I did. I did
That's
park
free,
there,
that's
and
free.
I did feel a little shame though.
I feel ashamed.
Well, it's good to know you're still human. But my problem stems from the fact that the supermarket near my house, there's a bunch of handicap spots. Then the next row of like 8 spot is expectant mothers.
Yeah.
And another row of 8 of senior citizens.
See,
Come on.
So I have to park on the other side
what's the
of the
senior
buggy
citizen
return.
parking sign?
Yes.
It just says seniors only.
Seniors only.
I once got in a fight with a senior citizen in a grocery store.
Wow, what neighborhood do you live in?
know.
Yeah,
That's it, like Boca Raton. It's like all like
Del Boca Vista, phase 92.
There's parking for everyone but me.
everyone but white dudes.
I know, eh? I personally think. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't make a habit of it, but I'm saying I'm making a call. I'm saying it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I think it's okay as long as, especially if there's another spot. But if you see some poor woman struggling with her 2 toddlers coming from the back of the parking lot, then you got to feel some shame. Then you just keep walking until she goes inside.
If her water breaks on the way back to her car, I'll feel bad.
You'll just sort of glide by her. I see nothing.
Let's keep the segment train going here with a little thing we call Puffy's Hypotheticals.
Yo, 1, 2, 1, 2. These hypotheticals are messing with my mind. But these hypotheticals, what's gonna be this time? But these hypotheticals are blowing my mind again. But these hypotheticals, hypotheticals.
Now, James, I do not want you to participate in this particular one. I want you to stay quiet because it's kind of offside what I'm putting you in this situation. But for the rest of the guys, so James is in a bad state of affairs. Essentially, he's not going to make it. Now, in his will...
His career, you mean?
No, in life. His life is going to be coming to an end shortly. But in his will, he has requested that you be the one to pull the plug on his machine keeping him alive. Could you do it?
But now what?
Wow.
So he has 0 chance of recovery.
There's they're recommending that you pull the... There's always a slim chance, but they are recommending that. It doesn't look good. He's in very grave condition.
Can't lick, can't do anything.
Was he in an accident?
He was in an accident, yes, but he hasn't been disfigured at all. He still looks...
If he does recover, he could do the panel one more time.
Yeah, if he were to recover fully, he would be able to do the panel one more time.
That's a
Wow.
tough one.
But the recommendation is that, and you have the power given in his will to pull the plug. Would you do it?
But now what?
Wow. I'm of a lot of different minds here. First of all, does he owe us money?
Or are we in the will?
Well, you're assuming there might be a little something in there since he's given you such great power over his life.
That's true. You think so? Here, listen. You guys know that I come from a Christian background, and my feeling with these things is always that if there's nothing left, and this person can't have a good quality of life, or they're essentially gone anyway. To me, keeping them on life support artificially is holding up their process from meeting the maker. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, cue the serious Lester music. I understand. But to me, especially if James has said to me, I want you to pull the plug, I pull it like I'm starting a mower.
The look on James's face right now is priceless.
Just yank it. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one.
A lot of responsibility.
It is. And bearing the responsibility for the network, I'm going to say we're going to keep Jimmy on ice. Just in case he comes back.
Him and who's the baseball player?
Ted Williams.
Ted Williams, yeah.
Ted Williams. Cryogenic freezing.
Send Jimmy to Ted Williams laboratory.
He slept with my buddy's girlfriend.
In good company.
I think that I wouldn't be able to pull the plug, but I'd probably just jump on top of him and smother him to death with hugs and kisses. So, in a roundabout way, I would be taking him to his
I
maker.
knew you guys were doing it.
Thank you all for listening so much. It was fun. Have a great week, Lester. Have a great week, Puffy.
You as well.
Have a great week, Stoff, and we'll see you next week.
The Lester and Stoff Show. Stoff and Lester. Stoff and Lester Show. Lester and Stoff. Here we go.
Well, Stoff, we finally made it back, brother. How you been?
I've been great, but I think we're out of time.
We're out of time? What do you mean you're out of time? It's a podcast.
They wanted us to keep it short.
Keep it short. This is bullshit.
The Lester and Stoff Show. Stoff and Lester. Stoff and Lester Show. Lester and Stoff. Here we go.
Should do all our pods like this.
Yes.
Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight?